Welcome back to the bonus stage of GameSpot, day 3 of E3. We're very near the end of the show, so we're going to do another check-in with our E3 noobs. So with me is Josh, our contest winner, who supplied, we should probably at some point, we can't do it live, but we'll cut in the music video that you made that got you here. So that was the name of Chevy, right?
Yeah.
Chevy promo.
It was great, it was really good.
And then Danny from GameSpot UK, the internet's Danny O'Dwyer, and the internet's Peter Brown from GameSpot, who has not been on the stage yet.
It's my first time.
It is your first time.
Nice. My first E3.
Is it your first time on either stage? Well, you've been on the main stage.
No,
right?
I'm not. No, I've been running around for days. This is my first time to even sit down on something comfortable.
So,
I needed buddies all week. I was up there on my own. Chris Waters bringing up people. Carolyn Pettit's there. Curtis is there. I'm just up sitting on my own with people. So next year, that's not going to happen. Next year, I'm going to get friends.
Yeah, it's going to be a double act the whole time. So you've been hosting that stage when Chris needs to go to the bathroom, right?
Yeah, that's weird. I'm his toilet break guy. I've been watching GameSpot live streams for like 8 years. So like at this time right now, it's like 12, midnight, 1 o'clock in Ireland, and I'm sitting at home like with a bottle of Pepsi Max in my boxer shorts. So kind of like what I'm wearing now, actually. Watching live streams like for years and years and years. I'm that guy in the chat room asking questions and stuff. So to actually be here is just insane. To be working with you guys is unbelievable. But to actually be hosting that show, it's crazy. So yeah, it's gone well.
The setup there is a little more complicated than this one.
A little, yeah. But Chris is such a gent, and I spent most of Tuesday watching him do his thing after Nintendo. And I know a little bit. We used to work in radio, so I'm used to having multiple voices and stuff. But it's cues, it's camera cues, it's knowing where to look.
So there's the actual voice in your head, and then the producer.
Then there's Ryan McDonald, who says stuff that's as fucked up as well, to be honest. And then there's talking to people, and it's like you're talking to them, but you don't want to be, you're looking at the laptop to try and get emails or whatever, and you don't want to be rude, so you have to let them know that that's what you're doing. But it's fine. It's
It's a juggle, right?
Yeah. You know all about it. My voice is still working. See, I've only been doing toilet breaks. You didn't even get toilet breaks.
Oh, I
you got that bucket back there. And
and I got this bag that
Oh, do you do this thing? So we had. What was the gentleman's name?
Victor.
I went upstairs with this, and I got in trouble because Rich Gallup gave out to me for being a swag whore for having this. And I was like, yeah, but it's bulletproof, because the guy said that this was a bulletproof. Yeah,
that's the deal.
Yeah, except then he turned it over, and it says, scratch-resistant aluminium.
He
scratch
said,
resistant.
For our American audience, that's aluminum.
Aluminum.
But he specifically told us it was bulletproof. Because he was going to go down sort of South Central or something.
Test it out.
Just carry it under your shirt, pull a Back to the Future 3.
The Libyans are going to come get me.
But yeah,
that doesn't really play anymore.
So what have you seen?
So far, picked up a few more things, tried out the new Hitman game, got a more in-depth look on Quantum Conundrum, saw some stuff on The Cave, and the big one was Assassin's Creed 3. I made sure that I would get in line early in the morning and do that, and it still took up a big chunk of my day just waiting for everybody else, even though I was in right away.
How long was it?
The line, for me, I had to wait about 40 minutes just because we kept on getting cut in by press.
So, those guys,
well, see, that's what I want to become, though, so it was kind of like...
You were aspiring to be.
I'm the dick in training. That's the whole goal.
That's so getting cut out of tone.
This is what you guys have done, GameSpot. This is what you're trading me. No, but it's been nice being here. I mean, I'm exhausted, and I'm not even doing hardcore work like you guys. So this is my last time to have fun at E3, even though it's the first time.
That's awesome.
But even with all the waiting, it's just been great. You get a great look. You get to see some of the developers really talk about the process that they've got going into the game, some things that work, didn't work.
Yeah.
You just can't get that in-depth look at the stuff that is about to come out before it even does. It's really cool. It's a great personal element. I've had a lot of fun with it.
It's great to actually be able to see the game and literally have somebody right beside you and you can ask very specific questions about it.
Yeah, talking about that, I've been so fortunate because day one I got to interview Kojima and Keiji Inafune. I mean, two people I have, in a sense, idolized for quite some time, and I won't. I have to admit, I didn't have a problem asking Kojima a question, but when even when his translator was talking to me, I was like, I was jittering a little bit. But
did you do a lot of prep? to make sure that you were...
No, I honestly, I tried to not overthink anything. Because going in, this is something I've looked forward to for a while, but I knew it was also going to be a lot of work. So I didn't really want to get too amped up. I kind of just wanted to stay level-headed, and it's hard to do that at certain points, such as that interview. But really big contrast, Keiji Inafune was very relaxed and comfortable and open, and his PR was really friendly. So that was a really good experience.
That helps.
It does, yeah.
So it's not like this now, but Kojima used to have people that were very strict around him.
That's what I heard.
And it was quite, even if you were a seasoned interviewer, sitting down with Kojima and his handlers was sometimes a difficult experience. Particularly if he was tired.
Oh, really?
And his translator was tired and his people were tired. And everyone has a story about being told, well, we did specifically say that we're not going to talk about that.
That's funny because they said that right before the interview started, and the first question, they said, we're only going to talk about the anniversary. Yeah. The first question was about Rising, and he was like, just this one.
Very cool.
So he's loosened up, I guess, over the years.
That's good.
Yeah, I guess now that he's kind of stepped back and he's a producer, maybe that's got something to do with it.
That's probably as exhausting for him, I imagine.
Oh, I would
I'm sure he
imagine,
didn't
yeah.
like being in that environment and having to shoo people away.
I mean, when Jaffe was on earlier on, we were talking about, he ended up...
He doesn't have that problem.
Well, no, but then he ended up interviewing me for the second half of the segment, which was kind of cool. But I mean, he was like, what's the hardest question that you can ask people? And it's like, well, very often, people are so on point, you want to ask people stuff, and they're not allowed to answer it. I gave him the example during Mass Effect 2. I wanted to talk to Ray about motivation for Mass Effect 2 and what they were doing and the racial stuff, and it was very much, that's not what we're here to talk about. We're here to talk about this story element, this weapon, this character.
And it seems counterintuitive because these guys are obviously incredibly creative, and the products that they make are incredibly creative.
They put an enormous amount of thought into this stuff. But you can't talk to them about it.
For fear of mentioning a different brand or something.
Or they might slip out something that's under embargo.
And I guess part of that problem is actually made by GameSpot as well.
Yeah.
Part of that problem is because you've got specific sites who will take a piece of information and, I can see part of it is it's investigative or it's some journalism and that's responsible, but it's just like in the past 5 years it just got so ring-fenced. I don't know, was it something to do with the internet? Maybe the information can immediately be thrown out into that. But so in a way,
what's this internet you speak of?
You can do live video on the internet now.
Live video.
Wow. It's almost as if that camera was capturing you live and everyone could hear what you have to say.
This is news to me. I thought we were just sitting down having a chat.
What was the best interview you've had?
I've had, there's been a lot of people that were very open about what they were doing, but I thought Victor from Wargaming.net was fantastic. You were on that one. He was superb. He was basically at the end of it, he was like, I'm going to go play PlanetSide and ask them how many ideas they stole from my game.
Yeah, he was wonderful. What was Jason Mewes like, actually?
He was great. Once he opened, he took a little while to kind of get comfortable and loosen up, but he was talking about wanting to make out with Zelda Williams and the fact that Robin Williams is a dad, and it was just really, everyone's been very chill and mellow and relaxed because we're not pressuring them on their game, and a lot of them they're not here to pitch anything.
Yeah.
So it's been good, and I think people in the comments have responded really well because it's conversations that we don't very often get to put on camera. We may do it a little bit in podcast type scenarios, but this has been, by the end of it will have been 15, 16 hours of conversations like that.
And presumably these are conversations that would happen anyway, but just away from
we're just pointing the camera at it. And people have been very cool about being prepared to do that. So in that perspective, this E3 has been very different for us because we've got game demo, and then this stuff, which is, hopefully a little different. And then we had IGN on, which I'm hoping some people were surprised to see.
I thought there was some sort of coup going on.
We bought them, did we? We bought them too, did we?
I saw them sitting in the chairs over there, and I was like, are they on the stakeout or something? And then I saw them get up. I was like, oh wow, this is truly different.
So that's right down the street from us. We hang out with them socially. I've known Tal, who's the editorial director over there. I've known him for years, and it just seemed like, look, we should do more stuff together. After they left, they were like, we're neighbours in the city. We should do stuff together there as well. So I mean, it's been cool that way. So I want to hear more about stuff that you guys have seen. Peter, what else have you seen that has been cool?
So the first game I played was Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance. That was probably my most anticipated game, and I love Platinum, and obviously I love Metal Gear, and that was awesome. I got to play Keiji Inafune's game, Soul Sacrifice.
Yeah.
It was a little early. The mechanics were there, but there was very little. It wasn't very structured very well, so I didn't really know what I was doing, pretty much. And the guy at the booth didn't quite know. Other than that, though, it's kind of just been a lot of looking at hardware, talking to different people, doing a lot of video confessionals.
Did you see any interesting hardware? Anything out of the ordinary?
Yeah, Razer's got this concept piece right now for MechWarrior Online. It's got a joystick and a pad that you can reverse, and in the middle is a screen. It's not going to be touchscreen, they don't think, because of the cost. But it's still a concept form. They're basically here to kind of garner interest and get some feedback and see how they're going to, change it before it ships.
That's interesting, considering Steel Battalion are going the other direction of using existing technology of Kinect to make their thing.
Yeah. No, it's definitely an ambitious move on their part, and they're trying to keep it affordable. It's not as complex as the original Steel Battalion controller in that regard. So it'll be interesting to see how that pans out.
But
I spent a lot of time just checking out the Indiecade stuff, just because in general it's a nice way to relax. It's very chill there. People aren't very uptight. They're kind of just like, oh hey, check out my game. The developer's standing right next to you. I spent a lot of time just playing Joust. I wanted to play that game forever, but to have the technology of like 8 people and open space and that many move controllers, I just haven't been able to assemble it. So to finally actually get a chance to do it, it was just about as good as my dreams have always been. You got to kick someone in the stomach and nobody got mad because it's part of the game.
Those guys need to release that game, just quick.
Yeah.
They had that thing 2 weeks ago where there was a London-based, the guys actually did it on Appetite for Distraction. They went to this guy's studio, I just forget the name of them, who basically made an iPhone version of
Yeah, it's very controversial actually.
There was a massive backlash to it. They pulled it off the App Store. I believe it's still gone, but part of that is, it's those guys need to just incredibly creative guys. They made some wonderful and all great ideas. These games they make come up with, but they just need to get some money in there.
People will play it. It's fun. It's definitely a great social game.
Rich Gallup was actually saying upstairs, talking about they should get a contact with somebody like Mattel, just get the PlayStation thing out of the way, just actually make a physical game.
yeah.
Maybe the iPhone route is actually the way to go.
Yeah, I mean, it's their concept. They just need to get it out so people can try it. It's worth it.
So I need to get a message to the guys in the GameSpot war room. I think the fastest way to do it is to do it live, because I have a feeling the guys who are on next, which are the GameSpot guys, are still up there because they think that we're talking at 4:30 when actually we're talking at 4 o'clock. So if you're watching, guys, get your ass down here now.
That's part of it. I was in a school production of Oliver before, and I was sitting upstairs waiting for my scene to appear, and in the corner was the monitor, and I was sitting there and I was going, oh, they're already there, I'm up next. And then I realized that they were like padding for time, and I was 3 stories up. I was like, put on my hat and run down 3 stories, and then so that's probably what we can hear now is a lot of guys going down.
People crashing down the stairs really quick. Because yesterday and the day before they were on at 4:30, but the show finishes at 5 today.
And when are they kicking everyone out?
5 o'clock. It's
really?
everything.
Yeah.
This beautiful booth that we're sat on right now will just be descended upon by contractors at like 1 minute after 5, and it'll be gone before you know it. I mean, it's shocking how fast they tear this stuff down.
Can I take this home? It's really comfy.
This can. It's a bit like a futon. I have noticed
nice.
that. There's no way to sit on it in a sort of elegant kind of way.
No, it's very...
It's definitely a gut hanging out kind of a couch, right?
Hey, it's just being honest, right?
Yeah.
I've got a gut. That's what this is all about, right?
Guts.
It's deceiving
Look,
the
he came
comfort.
down. Did you hear me?
Did you hear him?
I don't think he can hear you now.
There was no one here at 4 o'clock.
Awesome.
That's live video right there, shouting instructions to people. All right, guys. Well, thank you very much. I hope you had a fantastic E3.
Oh, it was great. It's really everything I dreamed thank you so much, guys, for giving me the opportunity to come down. I tried to use it as best I could.
Fantastic. Are you on Twitter? Do you want to give people your chat?
Sure, yeah. If you want to follow a journalist in training who's trying to break his way into this whole games press thing that you guys all hate because people are giving you terrible scores, it's at the THEJWITTZ, JWITTZ. Follow me, it'll be fun, maybe.
Peter, what's yours?
PC Brown.
Mine's straightforward. Mine's at Daniel Dwyer because nobody in the world has my name and it's the best. You just put Daniel Dwyer in anything. Xbox Live, PlayStation Network.
And it just works.
Boom.
See,
It's me.
I do that, but the 12-letter last name doesn't.
Yeah. It's hard to spell as well.
Fantastic. All right, this is the bonus stage on GameSpot. We're about to go into our last segment to close out the show. All the seniors from around the world at GameSpot are going to be here to talk about what they've seen and close it out. We'll be back in a couple of minutes. I'm John Davison. You can follow me on Twitter at JWH Davison. We'll be back in a couple of minutes. Thanks.